Beets are often praised as a superfood for seniors, especially because of their ability to support blood flow, heart health and energy. But the real danger begins when people assume that more is always better. Many seniors start adding beets daily, drinking large glasses of beet juice, or increasing portions without realizing how concentrated this food actually is. Beets contain natural sugars that can raise blood glucose levels quickly, particularly when consumed as juice without fiber. For seniors who are pre-diabetic or already managing diabetes, this can quietly lead to blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes that cause fatigue, shakiness, irritability, and increased hunger later in the day. Over time, these repeated spikes make blood sugar harder to control, even if meals otherwise look healthy. Another hidden issue is kidney stress. Beets are high in oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation. Aging kidneys do not filter as efficiently as they once did, and frequent large servings of beets can slowly increase the strain. The danger here is subtle, because symptoms may not appear until months later when kidney discomfort or stone pain suddenly becomes severe. Many seniors never suspect that a healthy vegetable played any role. Low blood pressure is another concern that often goes unnoticed. Beets naturally lower blood pressure by improving blood vessel relaxation, which sounds beneficial, but for seniors already on blood pressure medication, this effect can become too strong. Blood pressure that drops too low can cause dizziness, weakness, blurred vision, and balance problems. These symptoms greatly increase the risk of falls, which are one of the most serious health threats for older adults. Falls can lead to fractures, hospital stays, and long recovery periods that permanently reduce independence. The mistake isn't eating beets, it's ignoring how they interact with an aging body and existing medical treatments. Portion size plays a critical role. A small serving of cooked beets a few times a week is very different from daily beet juice or oversized portions. Seniors often choose juice because it feels easier to digest, but juice removes fiber and concentrates sugars and active compounds into a form the body absorbs very quickly. This rapid absorption is what makes beet juice risky when consumed frequently or in large amounts. The idea that natural foods cannot cause harm is one of the most misleading beliefs in nutrition, especially later in life. The body at this stage responds more strongly to powerful foods, both positively and negatively. Beets can support health, but only when used with moderation, awareness, and respect for individual conditions, medications, and limits, because even the most nutritious food can become a quiet source of trouble when balance is lost. The benefits of beets do not come from simply eating them, but from how they are prepared, combined, and timed throughout the day, which is where many seniors unknowingly go wrong. One of the most common mistakes is drinking beet juice on an empty stomach, especially early in the morning. Beet juice is very strong and rapidly absorbed, and without other foods to slow it down, it can cause nausea, stomach cramps, bloating, or a sudden drop in blood pressure. For seniors, this can lead to lightheadedness and weakness that makes standing or walking risky. Another frequent issue comes from choosing raw beets without considering digestion. As the body ages, stomach acid and digestive enzymes naturally decrease, making raw vegetables harder to break down. Large amounts of raw beets in salads or smoothies can ferment in the gut, causing gas, discomfort, and irregular bowel movements. Lightly cooking beets makes them much easier to digest while still preserving most of their valuable nutrients. Portion control is equally important. Beets are dense in natural compounds that affect blood flow and sugar levels, so oversized servings can overwhelm the body. Seniors often assume vegetables have no limits, but this belief leads to fatigue, headaches, or fluctuations in energy that appear later in the day. Timing also plays a role in how beets affect the body. Eating them late at night may interfere with sleep for some people because of their sugar content and blood flow effects, leading to restlessness or frequent waking. Poor sleep then impacts blood pressure, memory, and appetite the following day, creating a cycle that feels unrelated to diet. Another overlooked factor is what beets are eaten with. Consuming beets alone, especially as juice, causes faster sugar absorption. Pairing them with protein, healthy fats, or fibre-rich foods slows digestion and stabilises blood sugar. Seniors who combine beets thoughtfully often experience steady energy instead of sudden highs and lows. Storage and freshness matter more than most people realise. Beets that sit too long in the refrigerator lose nutrients and can cause digestive upset, particularly in sensitive stomachs. Buying large quantities to save money and then eating them slowly over weeks reduces their benefits while increasing the chance of discomfort. Even preparation methods like adding too much salt or vinegar can irritate the stomach or affect blood pressure in seniors. The body responds best when beets are treated as a supportive food rather than a daily staple or quick fix. Understanding these small but important details transforms beets from a source of confusion into a reliable part of a balanced diet, especially when adjustments are made for aging digestion, medication use, and individual tolerance, so that benefits are felt without unintended side effects. One of the most serious and least discussed beet mistakes among seniors involves how beets interact with medications, especially those used for blood pressure and blood sugar control. Many seniors take prescription drugs to manage hypertension, heart conditions, or circulation issues, and beets naturally influence these same systems. Beets increase nitric oxide production in the body, which relaxes blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. While this effect can be helpful on its own, combining it with blood pressure medication can push levels too low. When blood pressure drops beyond a safe range, symptoms like dizziness, weakness, blurred vision, or sudden fatigue may appear. These symptoms are not just uncomfortable, they significantly raise the risk of falls, particularly when standing up quickly or walking on uneven surfaces. For older adults, a fall can lead to broken bones, hospital stays, or a permanent loss of independence. Many seniors experience these warning signs but never connect them to beet consumption because vegetables are rarely seen as a possible cause. Blood sugar medications can also be affected. Beets contain natural sugars that are absorbed quickly, especially in juice form. Seniors taking insulin or oral diabetes medications may experience unexpected blood sugar fluctuations when beets are added without adjustments. This can result in sudden spikes followed by drops that cause sweating, shakiness, confusion, or intense hunger. These episodes are often mistaken for normal aging or medication side effects, allowing the real cause to go unnoticed. Another important interaction involves medications for kidney health or blood thinning. The oxalates in beets can increase kidney strain in people with reduced kidney function, and this effect may be magnified when certain medications are already taxing the kidneys. Over time, this combination can worsen kidney health without obvious early symptoms. Beets may also influence blood flow in ways that interact with blood thinners, potentially increasing bruising or bleeding risk in some individuals. The danger lies in assuming that natural foods cannot interfere with prescriptions. Seniors often add beet juice or supplements without informing their healthcare provider, believing it is unnecessary. This lack of communication increases the risk of complications because dosage adjustments or monitoring may be needed. Even timing matters. Taking beets too close to medication doses can intensify their effects. What makes this especially risky is that the body becomes more sensitive with age. The margin between helpful and harmful narrows, and small changes have stronger effects than they once did. Beets are not inherently unsafe, but they are active foods with real physiological impact. Treating them casually while managing multiple medications can quietly undermine stability, balance, and overall health. Awareness, moderation, and coordination with existing treatments are essential so that beets enhance well-being rather than creating invisible conflicts that slowly erode safety and confidence in daily life. Many seniors fall into the trap of believing that beets alone can fix circulation problems, low energy, or declining health, and this belief often leads to disappointment and imbalance. Beets do support blood flow and endurance, but they cannot replace the foundations of healthy living. When beets are treated like a cure, all other critical habits quietly slip away. Some seniors start to rely on beet juice instead of staying hydrated with water, thinking it provides enough fluids. This can lead to dehydration, which actually thickens the blood and makes circulation worse. Others focus heavily on beets while neglecting protein intake, which is essential for maintaining muscle strength, balance, and immune function as the body ages. Without enough protein, energy declines and recovery becomes slower, no matter how many vegetables are consumed. Physical activity is another area that suffers when expectations around food become unrealistic. Beets may improve stamina slightly, but they cannot compensate for long periods of sitting or inactivity. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and circulation slows without regular movement. Seniors who expect beets to do the work of exercise may feel frustrated when results never fully appear. Sleep is also affected. Some people increase beet intake to improve heart health, but ignore poor sleep habits. Lack of quality sleep raises blood pressure, disrupts blood sugar control, and increases inflammation, directly undermining the benefits beets can offer. Nutrition works as a system, not as isolated ingredients. Another subtle issue comes from emotional reliance on superfoods. When seniors believe one food is the key to health, they may feel anxious or defeated if they miss a day or don't feel immediate improvement. This stress itself negatively affects health, raising cortisol levels and interfering with digestion and blood sugar stability. Beets cannot counteract chronic stress or emotional strain. Balanced meals, consistent routines, and realistic expectations matter far more. Overuse is another consequence of cure-all thinking. Seniors may consume beets daily without breaks, increasing the likelihood of side effects like bloating, sugar swings, or low blood pressure. The body benefits most from variety. Rotating vegetables supports a broader range of nutrients and reduces the risk of overload from any single compound. When beets are just one part of a diverse diet, their benefits are easier to enjoy without drawbacks. True wellness comes from combining smart nutrition with hydration, movement, rest, and consistency. Beets can support this foundation, but they cannot build it alone. Expecting any single food to carry that responsibility places unnecessary strain on the body and leads people away from the habits that truly protect independence, strength, and quality of life as the years move forward. As the body ages, it becomes more honest in the way it communicates, and one of the most important skills seniors can develop is learning how to listen to those signals instead of ignoring them. Many people believe that discomfort after eating a healthy food is something to push through, assuming the body will eventually adjust. With beets, this mindset can be harmful. If bloating, cramping, nausea, dizziness, weakness, or an unusual drop in energy appears after eating beets or drinking beet juice, those sensations are meaningful feedback. They are the body's way of saying that something about the amount, timing, preparation, or frequency is not working. Ignoring these signs allows small issues to turn into chronic problems. Appetite changes are another important signal. Beets can influence blood sugar and digestion, and if cravings, sudden hunger, or irritability appear later in the day, this may indicate blood sugar fluctuations linked to beet intake. Seniors often attribute these feelings to aging or stress, overlooking the dietary trigger. Bowel changes deserve attention as well. Constipation, diarrhea, excessive gas, or discomfort are not random when they consistently follow certain foods. Digestive tolerance changes over time, and a food that once felt fine may no longer suit the body in the same way. Energy patterns also reveal valuable information. If beets leave you feeling energized for a short time followed by fatigue, this rise and fall may reflect how quickly your body is absorbing the sugars and compounds they contain. Gentle, steady energy is a better sign of balance than bursts followed by crashes. Emotional responses matter too. Feeling anxious, restless, or unsettled after eating can be linked to blood sugar shifts or digestive stress. These reactions are often subtle, but they impact overall well-being and quality of life. Seniors are sometimes taught to focus only on major symptoms, but small repeated signals often tell a more accurate story. Another danger comes from external advice overriding personal experience. Friends, family, or online sources may praise beets endlessly, making it harder to trust your own reactions. Health is not one size fits all, especially later in life. What supports one person may strain another. Respecting individual tolerance builds confidence and reduces risk. Adjustments can be simple, such as reducing portion size, changing preparation methods, eating beets with other foods, or taking longer breaks between servings. The goal is not perfection, but harmony. When seniors learn to respond to their body with curiosity rather than stubbornness, food becomes a partner instead of a problem. Listening carefully allows beets to support health gently, without forcing the body into patterns that create discomfort or imbalance over time.